my recordings this week for the trading sessions that I do. I do Europe, and in the evening here in Australia is when the US session opens for me at 11:30 p.m. is when I trade the US Open. Yeah, it's Monday, the 1st of June. So half the year gone and half the year left to trade. Just looking at the Open and the DAX here. Got a guy that I'm watching, a streamer. He's a pretty good trader. He's already long at 110. So here, he's already bought long. I'm not going to do that because I don't like to copy anyone's entries, and I also don't like to trade the first opening minutes because the volatility is big. Well, it's not that big at the moment, but usually it is. Bar 1 is about 70 points. I mean, it's decently big. This guy, he has a strategy that he uses to sort of capture early moves, which is just basically a stop entry and a defiant stop loss of 40 I think about 80 points. So I don't really believe in that. I feel like that's just like tossing a coin. I prefer to wait a little bit to see if I can hopefully increase my probability. It doesn't always work, but I don't always get it right, but I feel like if I just give it a few bars to see what the market wants to do, it might increase my probability. Let's see. I also feel like there's really no need to make all your money in the first 5 minutes on Monday, because the real market, the US market, has not even opened yet. There's a whole week of trading to do. There's no need to rush into anything. But this guy, he doesn't think that way. Which is sometimes really good for him. And he makes a lot of money, but he also takes big swings down. Like 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, on Monday, he was starting with a $130,000 account, and by the end of his trading of the European session, so like an hour and a half or two, he was down 30 grand. Like 30% of his account gone. I just thought, why do you need to do that to yourself on a Monday morning? Like, why would you do that? Why not just take it slow? I don't know. I suppose everyone goes through those kind of moments in trading. Not to that degree, but probably everybody goes through losing streaks. I feel like Monday's a dangerous time for me, because I'm sort of itching to get back in trading. Been thinking about what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, blah blah blah. On the weekend, sort of ready to start working again, but I gotta be careful not to do anything stupid at the same time. I feel like this is going higher right now, but I think the bars are quite what's the word? They're not that big, they're just a little bit too big for me still, personally. So it was a spike up, a pullback, and now a trend resumption, potentially. Wow, this guy doesn't play around, he's just 300% long already. Amazing. I think I could have potentially bought this bar. I would keep my stop below it, because I would not want to be caught out in some kind of reversal. Something like this. Maybe look for a 1-to-1 like this. A measured move of that bar. What's this line that I put here? Wait, where's all my... I don't know what this line is, I'm just gonna delete it. I might just increase the thickness of these other ones, because I'm struggling to see them. Like this. Maybe change the color. Like that. Huh? Okay. Okay. So there's my current account balance down here. See how the week goes then. So 2 consecutive bull bars on the chart now already at the open. The daily chart looks interesting. It's breaking out. It's near all-time highs again for the DAX. Big bull bar here. Then some sideways to down. Maybe forming some kind of bull flag so that it can go higher. Big rejection here now, seemingly. Of this breakout attempt above the swing high here from the Glovex session. Could get a measured move down. This bar is too big for me to trade. $110, $150, so it's about 40 points tall. plan for today is to scalp as I normally do, and to take my, I have a sort of strategy that I trade in the DAX, and to take that, it's based on the 20-minute chart, but I'll take that in smaller size, because my stop loss needs to be wider. What I notice about the market so far is that there's two bull bars on the chart, and that the body of the second bull bar is getting smaller, but it is breaking out and closing above the high of the prior bar. So there's some consistent buying pressure, but I wonder if it's reducing based on the body size of the second bar. Whether it's possible that it's entering an early trading range. keep my stop loss just below this bar. I'm going to close this trade because it's not behaving how I wanted it to behave. I thought if I'm going to catch some kind of potentially a high momentum move into the upside, it just sort of turned against me. Came fairly close to stopping me out by about 5 points. What I thought was, I saw 3 consecutive bull bars here, one trading below the low of the prior bar, buyer stepping in. I thought I'll buy the close of that for another push up, like a quick measured move, and it wasn't doing it, so I'm just going to get out. I was exactly break even on that trade. So potentially it's going higher, but I would have liked to have seen a sort of big expansion here. Quick attempt at a new high. So yeah, if I don't see it doing what I want it to do, I don't want to hang around too long. Trading below prior bar low again. Now bear bar. I'm really just looking for scalps here. The first 20-minute bar is a bull bar with a sort of semi-decent tail on top. So potentially a short signal now. All I'm wanting to do is just scalp any early moves. Probably not going to be shorting, but sort of very used to this kind of behavior from the DAX. Early on, it seems to enter a trading range and just sometimes lasts for hours. And then for some reason, like an hour before the US session, it'll start moving, breaking out somewhere. Let's see what it does. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. Bull bar. And with 5 minutes to go, bar 2 is a bear bar. It still has a third of its life left to live. So I guess I'll see how it closes. Sort of thinking that there's still a target left over to the downside from last week. Down here. That's what was in my mind. Measured move down. Of this range here that failed to break out above. So that's the measured move target. Potential measured move target. But it could go up for a couple of hours and then do that, or for a day it could do that. Could go up here and then come down here. $20-minute bar is still bearish. 15-minute bar, 2 minutes to go, and it's going to be a bear bar, it seems. So buyer's not able to get a quick breakout. The bull's not able to get a quick breakout on the open. So it seems like an early trading range. I guess it could still be some kind of bull flag to go higher still. Wonder if this bar could be a good buy. There's a high probability scalp that it's going to go at least a little bit higher now. I'll just leave it for now, I think. Wait, maybe for the second 20-minute bar to close. Just because I've already taken one entry in. It wasn't very good for me. It was break even, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So just a little bit cautious of an early chop, getting chopped up early. Not doing too aggressive in a choppy market. Since I'm seeing evidence of many overlapping bars, potential trading range here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars already. So neither side seems to be too serious to do anything quickly. No urgency from either side here. Really. So maybe I should have no urgency either to do anything. And some conflicting signals here. A reversal bar. Another attempt to go lower here, followed by 2 bull bars. And now another attempt to go lower. Not seeming to find bears immediately. So, and then a bull bar on the 5-minute chart. So that seems I'm sort of confused about the direction here. I think probably on the overall. I know there's a target to the downside. But I think there has to be a small edge to the bulls here because they're the ones that got the initial breakout with bar 1 and 2. I don't know. I think it doesn't seem all that great for either side at the moment. The bear's also getting some consistent selling pressure too now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess you could say 3 bear bars here. Minutes to go until my signal on the 20-minute bar. The school run short has just triggered here below bar 2 on the 15-minute chart, which is something that this guy Tom Hugart trades. See if he is actually short. No, he isn't. Not yet. Right now I'm sort of thinking short. But So about 5 minutes ago to go on the close of this 20-minute bar. I think if it prints a bear bar, I will short it with my stop loss above it. I think I'll just wait for that. I'll trade it in small size, a quarter size. I was very hopeful when I bought this bull bar here, because a lot of times when I see a market go below a prior bar low and then close above, I think that potentially some bears got trapped down here and the market's going to quickly hit their stop loss above the high of the day. So I thought that was a decent probability scalp, but it didn't work out. I took a break even. And I wanted it to work immediately, and it didn't. So I got out. So with this idea here on the 20-minute chart, I'm usually looking for a measured move. So 1-to-1. But I'm aware that there's this target down here of a larger measured move of a trading range that occurred here, up here, and that failed. I think it's going to make a measured move of that range down. But yeah, you need to still time your entry well, because it could go up for 2 hours and then do it, or it could go up or sideways for the day and then do it later, or in the US session or something, I don't know. Yep. Maybe a double bottom bull flag here. Breakout, bull flag, double bottom with this bar. With this bar 2 on the 5-minute chart, buyer stepping in below it. Double bottom bull flag. If this 20-minute bar closes bearish, I will short it though. And just keep my stop above it. It's going to be a stop loss of about 20 points if it closes like this. So it's not bad. But I have to be careful that it's currently reversing back up and there's a double bottom bull flag potentially here. So the signals are conflicting, which means trading range to me. However, I will try to trade this strategy nonetheless, because I see it work more often than not. Okay, I'm selling. My stop loss placement is good, but I got a bad entry. So it just put me in and then ticked up in the same instant. It's okay. If the idea is good, it shouldn't matter that much. And yeah, if it wants to go above that bar, then my idea is no longer valid. So my stop loss there is good. Come up to yesterday's close again, which is Friday's close. So this is more of a swing trade attempt, I suppose, based off the 20-minute chart. This measured move target is so far away. It's 220 points down, which seems unlikely right now. My chart's frozen again. Fucking, it's really annoying. Well, my position here is frozen, but it's actually looks more like this. The open ticket. It's updating now again. Let's quickly measure out the measured move target. So that would be about there, so it's about to hit it. If you sell the close of that bar and get a measured move, that would be right there at 83, 25.83. It's sort of channeling down. Not really racing down. going up in the Globex session though. My measured move has still not been reached. I do assume that there's going to be some more volatility into the close of the hour, which is in 13 minutes. So potentially a push-up to close a strong bull bar on the 60-minute chart, which I often see in the DAX. That's my risk here. That's the 60-minute chart. It could race up and close a strong bull bar in the last 10 minutes. Wonder if I should trail my stop somehow. I already don't like how this is behaving. Tricky Germans. So tricky. So tricky. A bull bar on the 5-minute chart. Probably going to get some buying. See some buying pressure. On close, which is exactly what happened. These Germans think they're so smart. Doing this strong close into the first hour. I've seen it before. I was expecting it. I think this feels quite 50-50 at the moment, so I'm thinking whether I should close this trade and not get too married to it. Well, I still have a chance at break even, basically. Yeah, I might just close half of it at least. It's because I know I've been trapped like this before by the DAX. It's a very frustrating market to trade sometimes. Yeah, I think after these two bars I should probably close the whole thing. Yeah, I think I will close the whole thing. No point hanging around. I've seen this too many times in the DAX. So I took a small loss there of around $70. Yeah, I'm not gonna let the DAX catch me out like that when I've seen this a million times. thinking potentially buying it. In fact, I will buy it right here. See if I can participate in a quick rally. Without wondering if it's too late. Frustrating DAX, man. I'm just going to take profit here. Got about, see, my chart is lagging. Oh, fuck. Stupid. I was going to say I'm already out of that position, but it's still showing it. But yeah, I've been watching the DAX for too long now not to be aware of this little trick that they have of sort of getting a really strong close on this bull bar on the 60-minute chart, where buyers step in right towards the close and they make it a really strong bull bar sort of in the last 10 minutes, and then it reverses down. So that's why I wanted to get out of that trade at that point, this last one. But I have seen this too many times, which is why I was saying these Germans think they're so smart doing that, because I've been part of that too many times to get caught out by it again. Although that being said, it's still really difficult for me to reverse position like that. And now I'm long, whereas I was short. I think reversing position is one of the most difficult things in trading. Where you were short, maybe you wouldn't have been stopped out, and you stop yourself out, and you go the opposite direction. And if then it moves against you, you're like, I would have been fine. Why did I do that? I think emotionally it's the most difficult thing to do in trading, to reverse position, even when it's logical to do so. But I try not to get married to positions like that. Yeah, I've seen that too many times in the DAX to be caught out by that and take a full loss on it. Now it's rallying big. Yeah, I've definitely seen this so many times. It's like a bear trap, and then into the close of the hour, it just spikes up. I don't know why that works that way, but I sort of think it might be to do with institutions looking to see how the first hour trades. And then if it's, they saw a breakout to the upside, they're like, well, let's buy the close. And they stop buying. I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult to navigate for me, the DAX. I'll say that, which is why I'm extremely careful with it. Nothing lost, nothing gained for me. I took a loss of $70 on the first position. I was break even on one. Took a loss of $70 and I made about $100 on the second one. So I'm about break even. This is sort of what I was expecting when I bought it, but I didn't have the conviction to hold it. Yeah. Not sure. I think I might take a little break and go and make myself a cup of tea, and I'll come back. Just take it slow this Monday. I'm back. Made myself a cup of tea. I'm having some fish for dinner. This is what I mean about the DAX. A lot of times it wants to get a strong close into the hour, and then a strong rally into the close of the first hour, and then it reverses down. If it does reverse down, but I've seen this way too many times in the DAX to be caught out by it for a lot. Yeah, I took a small loss there on that short. It's not a huge disaster, and then I made it back on the long position, on the long scalp. I'm just going to mute my microphone and observe the market. seemingly just don't have the skill today to navigate this chart. It's really tough. Crap. Oh, fuck's sake. Shit. I'm about to be stopped out of this position here. Been stopped out. Was wanting to get part of this move down, a second leg down for the bears. I just knew that selling these large bars was probably a bad idea for me. I guess I got a bit of FOMO. Just never like big bars. Just don't like them because it's unnecessary. You can find better signal bars. Just a mistake there on my part. There is a trend line forming here. Be interesting to see if this does get broken. Wonder if it could be like Friday where it gets 3 pushes up and then reverses down or something. Yeah, I've been breaking even until now, and I've taken a small loss now, about 0.5%. A little less than 0.5%. Very difficult to navigate this market at the moment for me. The DAX, I mean, it's been rough. My success rate in the DAX is not great. It's because it's so range bound and trappy. Consecutive bull bars now, it seems. 1 minute to go until the close of this one. Seems like there's going to be consecutive bull bars now. Maybe the direction has changed to always in long. Again. Maybe another push up and then a sell off later. Like on Friday. Yeah. Quick rally now. Very quick. $15-minute bar just closed a bull bar. But the bulls don't seem very convincing either. They're really struggling, you know. Everything gets sold at new highs. I don't know. A somewhat violent downtick here of 25 points, 20 points. Not sure what to make of that. Low pry bar low, bulls stepped in on the 5-minute chart, on limit orders, I think. Wonder if it's worth trying to buy long. think I will try a long position here. Not looking good for me already. DAX is such a piece of shit. wondering if I'm going to be able to make a good decision at all here in the DAX. Just not getting the explosive move that I wanted. Wondering what to do. Second hour's about to close with 3 minutes to go. Sort of thinking it still looks relatively okay for bulls, but they're just not showing up in any number to give me confidence. I'm just gonna close this right now. I just sense that there's actually not a great deal happening here in the DAX. It's been 2 hours already and the market's trading in a tiny, tiny range of 120 points. 127 points range. I think this still looks okay for bulls, but for another squeeze up, maybe a new high. The reason I took that entry was because I saw that on the 5-minute chart. There was this quick push down, and then as soon as it went below prior bar low, buyer stepped in and closed this bar bullish here. So I thought, okay, buyers are actually present now. They're buying below lows, hoping for another leg up. I thought, maybe it's time to get on board. But because I have not been able to really capitalize on anything here, really, sort of thinking that it feels like a low probability day for me. It doesn't feel like a high probability day where the market is surging in one direction all that strongly. And the other thing I'm thinking is it's only Monday. Like the US session hasn't even opened, so the market hasn't even opened yet. What I consider the market, like the US market, which is where all the money is. So there's no need to rush into anything or feel pressure to make all my money on the first session of the first open of the first day of the month or whatever. I also have this thing about Monday where I know that, I'm thinking on the weekend about what I've done and how I've gone. And last week was a little bit of frustration for me because I had things to do. These sort of meaningless things that I needed to do, like meeting people and holiday, celebration, whatever. Just kind of, I don't want to say bullshit, but it's mostly just kind of nothing sort of things that made me not able to trade. And I know that when I'm on the weekend and I'm itching to get back into trading, just want to get back in, do something that I can sort of achieve something. And then on Monday, I've seen this from other traders that I watch stream, and also I've experienced it myself, but not to the degree that, for example, I saw Tom Hugart have a huge loss on the open on Monday. I'm just like, why do you need to do that to yourself? And just because traders feel, I think that they need to, like, it's a new week, let's get back into it, let's make a lot of money. And there's literally no need to do that in the first minutes of the week. To be risk on hard straight away. There's just no need for it. So I'm really careful on Mondays not to get buried early on and have a bad start to the week. So I don't know, I think I'm sort of ending the session around break even. I'll just calculate it now. I will end this session now and come back for the US session. My P&L is... I feel like this could finally be breaking out, but I've just seen this shit too many times in the DAX to be convinced of anything. It's just it has periods where it just does fucking nothing. It's a piece of crap most of the time. These Germans, they think they're so fucking smart. Just trading range, stopping you out. But I think I've watched them for long enough to not be wrecked by that. So here I've got sort of I got one break even there on the bottom. I've these two here are the same position, so that's one loss. But I exited the position in half size and then in full size before it hit my stop loss, so that's technically one loss, two losses, and two wins. So my hit rate is 50-50 if I exclude the break even, this one down here. So 50% hit rate. I think I'm technically losing a small amount, but I'm basically break even for the session. Minus 151 plus 108 minus 46.50 minus 27.75. So I'm net minus 25 cents. So I'm basically break even, and I'm gonna stop trading the DAX now because it's a piece of shit. It is really a piece of shit market that I hate, but sometimes it does have really good moves that you can capitalize on and make a lot of money. So I try to show up and be present and give myself an opportunity. I think gotta give yourself an opportunity. And actually, like FTSE isn't behaving all that much better. Look at the FTSE on the 5-minute chart. It's just atrocious. This is an atrocious chart. It is still trading in the range of bar 1 on the 5-minute chart. So it is a trading range open in the European session. There's literally nothing happening. So there's no trend. And when I see days like this, I consider them low probability days. If I haven't been able to make any progress, like within an hour and a half or 2 hours, I'm gonna say goodbye to it for now, because the longer that time passes when I'm sitting at the computer, the more my focus drifts off and the more I get confused by the price action. So even if it does do some breakout now, I've tried. I've been here, I've been present, I've tried. It's not like I just sat around, did nothing and watched it. I gave myself a chance. But the market is just not behaving in a manner that is consistent, conducive to me making money. So I can't sit here for 10 hours watching it. I don't want to do that. The reason I consider this a low probability day is because it's a trading range. Whereas there are some days when you get things happening, like for example, maybe here, a downtrend, or here on the open. Where's the open? So you get a move down, and you can capitalize on that. There's some consistent selling pressure. 2 big legs down, and then a higher low, and then it starts making consecutive bull bars, and it's a reversal, and then maybe you can trade this leg down somehow. But if it's doing what it's doing now, this to me is a low probability day, so it's a risk off day for me. But when I see trends, I'm thinking risk on. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video now. It's a long video. It's like an hour and 50 minutes of break even. But I will still review it myself. I'm actually just making these videos to review them myself. I don't expect that somebody's going to be watching them or something, because I'm not a YouTuber with like followers and whatever. I don't expect anyone's going to watch this video. Yeah, I could have made a little bit of money here, but like if I just held, but whatever. It's a low probability day. I tried. Okay, I'm going to end it now and be happy and come back in the US session and try and make some money.